Christianity is falling in the USA at an alarming rate. Churchgoers are decreasing every day, and we are unaware of the reasons why. This dangerous trend might cause a steep decline in believers. Throughout history, the Bible has spoken of times when faith would be tested, when followers would walk through valleys of shadows and doubt. Today, as we witness the decline of Christianity in the USA, it's essential to ask, are we living through such prophesied times? As we delve into this question, it's essential to recognize the unseen battle raging within the realms of faith and society. This battle is not just about belief versus disbelief, but about the very essence of renewal promised in the Scriptures. Christianity teaches of a profound transformation, a rebirth that touches every corner of existence. Yet, the landscape of faith in America today tells a different story, a story of dwindling congregations and waning spiritual engagement. What causes this disconnect when the promise of renewal stands as a pillar of Christian faith? Gallup polls reveal a significant decline in belief in God among younger Americans, which is reshaping the religious landscape in the United States. This trend is part of a broader societal shift where traditional religious beliefs are losing influence, with fewer Americans identifying with any religion and engaging in religious practices like attending church or maintaining membership in religious institutions. The decrease in belief in God among the younger demographic reflects a changing cultural landscape where secular values and diverse perspectives are gaining prominence, challenging the traditional role of religion in American society. This unseen battle involves more than just the hearts and minds of individuals. It encompasses the cultural, societal, and generational shifts that shape public perception of religion. It's a complex interplay of adhering to tradition while navigating modern societal values. As we explore these themes, let's dive into the realities behind this spiritual and societal shift. Imagine John, a Christian who attends church but lives contrary to the teachings he hears every Sunday. John is well known in his community, always ready with a warm smile and a handshake at social gatherings. Yet his business dealings are less than ethical, and his personal life strays far from the virtues he endorses publicly. John's story isn't unique, but it's a wake-up call to the demands of us. The hypocrisy of many self-professed Christians in America who embrace values opposed to Jesus' teachings has contributed to the declining influence and credibility of Christianity, especially among younger generations. Too often, Christians are all talk and no action, failing to live out their beliefs with the radical commitment of the early church. This disconnect between faith and practice sends mixed signals, damaging personal integrity and undermining the credibility of Christianity as a whole. One example is the experience of Frederick Douglass, who witnessed his slave-owning master become ostentatious about his piety while inflicting cruelty on his slaves. Such hypocrisy fuels disillusionment, as young people question the sincerity of a faith that seems disconnected from its teachings. To address this, we must align our private behaviors with our public declarations, making daily choices that reflect our professed beliefs. True faith is not about outward piety, but a sincere heart and consistent actions. Let's make a heartfelt effort to live out our faith authentically. If you find this message resonating, hit the like button. It helps with the algorithm and spreads the word of Jesus effectively. Christianity in America has become interlinked with problematic nationalism and racial hierarchies, eroding its moral authority and witness. The church's alignment with dominant cultural norms has often perpetuated discrimination and inequality, diluting its prophetic role in advocating for justice and equality. This association has distorted the core message of love and inclusivity preached by Jesus, prioritizing political allegiances over transformative action. Consequently, Christianity's credibility has suffered, particularly among younger generations and marginalized communities who perceive it as complicit in societal injustices. To restore its moral compass and relevance, the Church must engage in introspection, acknowledge its role in upholding oppressive systems, and actively work towards dismantling racism and discrimination. By reclaiming its prophetic voice and embodying the liberating essence of the gospel, Christianity can regain its authenticity and effectively address the pressing social challenges of our time. It's hard for the American Christian church to adjust to a community that includes newcomers from a wide range of countries. Challenges arise from cultural differences, language barriers, and historical issues like racism and xenophobia. For instance, African immigrants may find it hard to integrate due to worship-style clashes and past colonial associations. Additionally, tensions between conservative Global South Christians and progressive Americans pose challenges. To thrive, American Christianity must embrace diversity, bridge theological gaps, and confront its history. By fostering inclusivity, understanding cultural nuances, and promoting unity, the Church can remain relevant and impactful in a changing society. Embracing diversity is crucial for a vibrant future for the Church. Sarah, a young college student, struggles to find relevance in her family's faith amidst a rapidly changing society. In this scene, we delve into the heart of the generation gap within Christianity, an issue that is as old as time, yet as current as today's headlines. The disconnect isn't just about different music preferences or ways of dressing. It's about fundamentally different views on what it means to live a Christian life. Older generations often hold tightly to traditional teachings and practices, seeing them as the bedrock of faith. However, many young people like Sarah feel that these traditions don't address the complexities of modern life. They're looking for a faith that speaks to social justice, inclusivity, and real-world problems, not just spiritual ideals. The Bible itself shows that adaptation and understanding are key to faith. Jesus conversed with people from all walks of life, often challenging the norms and expectations of his time. He modeled a faith that was active and engaged with the world. This is the kind of dynamic faith many young Christians are searching for. To bridge this generation gap, both sides need to listen and learn from each other. Older Christians can share the wisdom and stability of tradition, while younger believers can bring new perspectives and energy. It's not about compromising beliefs, but enriching them. As Sarah's journey shows, bridging this gap requires understanding and adaptation. Engaging in open, heartfelt conversations can be the first step toward a more inclusive and relevant faith experience for all generations. Please share your prayer requests and experiences in the comments. As demographics shift, so do the dynamics within our churches. Change is a constant, especially in our communities of faith. Across the landscape of American Christianity, the face of congregations is transforming, reflecting broader societal shifts. We see migration patterns altering the makeup of our local churches, introducing a vibrant tapestry of cultures, but also presenting challenges like xenophobia and deep-seated divides between progressive and conservative values. The church stands at a crossroads, tasked with bridging these gaps while maintaining its core values. It's a delicate balance, navigating these waters of change without losing the essence of what makes a community of faith truly unified and effective. The Bible reminds us of the early church in Acts, which thrived on diversity and mutual respect, despite different backgrounds and viewpoints. Incorporating this biblical model into our modern context involves active listening, empathy, and a commitment to inclusivity. Churches need to become safe spaces where open dialogue about cultural and ideological differences is encouraged. This doesn't mean compromising on core beliefs, but rather enhancing our understanding and appreciation of how diverse perspectives can enrich our collective faith experience. Moreover, as we engage with these demographic changes, it's vital to address issues like xenophobia directly from the pulpit and in church activities. Promoting programs that foster intercultural understanding and cooperation can turn potential divides into unifying strengths. Adapting to these shifts isn't just necessary, it's essential for survival. Faith or patriotism? For some, these lines blur dangerously. In this exploration of the complex relationship between faith and nationalism, it becomes apparent that when Christianity intertwines too closely with nationalistic ideologies, the results can be both controversial and divisive. This fusion often manifests in a potent mix of religion and patriotic fervor, leading to the adoption of stances that can significantly alienate broader segments of society. At the heart of this issue is the concept of civil religion, a phenomenon where religious sentiments are co-opted to serve nationalistic agendas. This can be observed in instances where the symbols and rituals of Christianity are merged with state symbols and events, creating a scenario where religious identity and national identity are perceived as one and the same. This union can lead to the exclusion of those who are seen as other, whether they be of different faiths, races, or nationalities. The Bible, however, teaches a different narrative. It speaks of a kingdom not of this world, a kingdom that calls its followers to serve all humanity, transcending geographical, racial, and national boundaries. Jesus Christ himself represented this when he reached out to the Samaritans and Gentiles, groups considered outsiders by the Jewish people of his time. Therefore, the challenge for contemporary Christianity is to reevaluate its role and influence within the national discourse. Should faith be a tool for division or a bridge for unity? The answer lies in returning to the core Christian principles of love, acceptance, and universal brotherhood. True faith calls us to transcend borders, not build them. Talk is plentiful in the halls of our churches, but what about action? This question echoes in the corridors of our communities, where the gap between words and deeds often looms large. It's not uncommon to hear Christians passionately discuss the virtues of love, mercy, and justice. Yet, when it comes to practicing these principles in the public square, we sometimes find a disconnect. Why does this happen? The challenge isn't unique to our time. It's a human condition, a struggle between the ideal and the real. However, the stakes are high in our era, where every action and inaction is scrutinized and can either build or erode trust in our faith community. The Bible is not silent on this issue. James 2, verse 17, starkly reminds us, "Faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead." This is a call to action, a reminder that our faith is not just to be heard, but seen. It's about feeding the hungry, clothing the naked, and standing up for justice, not as an afterthought, but as a direct expression of our faith. How do we bridge this gap? Start small. Engage with local community projects. Volunteer your time and resources. Let every small act of kindness be a testament to your faith. This isn't about grand gestures, but consistent, daily actions that align with the teachings of Christ. We grow stronger together. Our faith must be our blueprint for action, not just a topic of discussion. Regaining credibility starts with a renewed commitment to live out our faith authentically and inclusively. Internal shortcomings, cultural developments, and the effort of the church to adapt to a changing environment are all contributing factors to the fall of Christianity in the United States. To regain credibility, it will be necessary to recommit oneself to genuinely following Jesus. It demands a heartfelt transformation and realignment with the core values of our faith. Christians across the nation are called to not only believe, but to act, to embody the love, justice, and mercy that Jesus taught. Let's consider how we can actively bring these values into our everyday lives. It might be as simple as reaching out to a neighbor in need, participating more actively in community service, or standing against injustice wherever we see it. Each small action contributes to a larger change, helping to bridge gaps and heal divisions within our communities. Now think about the ways you can make your faith a vivid part of your daily actions. What change can you commit to today? Click on the end screen video to discover more about how we can actively engage with our faith and community.